All right, Glenn Jacobs, a.k.a. Kane, just body slammed his way to becoming the likely Republican nominee for mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. He joins you right now. We did call the Democratic candidate for that position, Linda Henney. I don't believe we've heard back, but hope springs eternal that we will. Very good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Now, I didn't realize in the beginning that you were going to be here in the flesh, so I have ripped up all of my tough questions here. You're an intimidating guy.
I'm trying to project a softer image.
Yeah.
I really am.
Well, that's my style. You and I are like, joined at the hip.
Right.
What made you do this?
I just want to see my area become an even better place. Knox County, Tennessee is a great place to live, work, and raise a family. And I just want to see it become even better. And I think that I can have a small part in doing that. But really, it's the motto of my campaign was "Together we win." And I really believe that I can hopefully bring all of us in our community in Knox County together to build an even better place.
Well, your arms are big enough. You could forcefully
reach around a lot of them.
Do that right on your own. But, very successful career. You've done very, very well. 20-plus years, WWE. I mean, you don't need this. You don't need to do this. There's a lot of grief with being in politics, even at the mayoral level.
Sure. It's important, though. And I actually have grandkids. I'm at that age. And with all the things that go on in our country, I sometimes wonder what sort of world they're going to inherit. And as you said, I've been able to do very well for myself. You've been able to do very well for yourself. I wonder if they're going to have those sort of opportunities, because so many times we see the things that I believe in, the free enterprise system, individual liberty, they're really demonized. And that's what made this company great.
You're a libertarian at your core, right?
I mean,
you're like a Ron Paul type, right?
Right?
In fact, you supported him in 2008, right? And his son when he ran.
Right. Yeah. And
what about Donald Trump? What do you think of him?
I think Trump's done a very good job, especially with the economy. And we see he's cut regulation. I think the tax cuts, really help spur some growth. And I'd like to see some spending cuts, but hopefully
yeah, you're big on limited government.
Yes.
So you don't like that. Government's out of control. It gets out of control. Republicans and Democrats alike. But you do want to improve the infrastructure, as does President Trump. So how do you do that?
Well, in our case, what just happened in Tennessee is they just raised the gas tax.
That's right.
So there's a lot more money coming into the state.
Are you for that? Are you okay?
I was not for that, but it's happened.
But it's going to provide that infrastructure.
Yeah, in this case. But often what happens is when the government does things like that, it never seems to be applied to the projects that they say it's going to be applied for. And I think it's incumbent upon elected officials to make sure that if we're going to demand more tax money from people, that we use it in a productive manner and not just say, oh, this is what we're going to use it for, and then they find out that it was used for something else, and sometimes something very frivolous.
Now, you won by all of 17 votes, the Republican nomination for mayor. And did the wrestling background, and you're such a noted public figure, like I said, when the buzz was that we had you on, you got more attention than when we've had presidents on. But nevertheless, did that help you?
Yes, in many ways it did. It got my foot in the door as a novelty. And, you could argue, well, did it hurt me? And I don't think so, because I think a lot of the folks that would just judge me as a character I put on TV, they weren't going to vote for me anyway. But a lot of people think it's cool, like people here in studio. And
people forget, you're a very smart guy. You were an English literature major.
Yes,
you were very sensitive. You were well-read. You were well up on the issues, so people...
Right, and that's the point, and especially in a local election, what's really great is you get out and actually talk with people. And when people meet me, and I hope they realize, oh, it's really cool. He's Kane the wrestler, but he's also
Could I give you a tip on that, though? You have a hell of a handshake. How many hands did you break in your county?
As I said, I'm softening my image. So
we got to work on that.
It was all good.
I was thinking of wrestlers who've made event. Everyone thinks of Jesse Ventura in Minnesota, and that someone like you with your skill set, you're not going to be satisfied just being mayor.
That's all I'm concerned with right now.
I don't believe you.
Well, I
do believe you. I do believe you. What did I say? What did I think?
You just ripped up all your hard questions. No, but it's a very important job. And really, the mayor of Knox County, He has influence all through the East Tennessee region.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. It's the biggest, it's the third biggest county in the state of Tennessee, and it's the capital of East Tennessee. So you're talking about the lives of millions of people that are impacted by the policies that come out from Knox County.
I was thinking of your success, and of course, it's not a done deal. Obviously, you're up in the general election, I think in August, right?
Yes, sir.
Outside the box candidates have been thriving. The president's the best example of that,
Sure.
right? Yourself and your success. And so many populist, Army veterans, and war heroes as Democrats, Republicans, are flooding the political system this year. What do you think's going on?
People are sick and tired of career politicians, and we've seen that at the highest level. I think a lot of people within the political realm, though, believe that President Trump was an anomaly and it only is going to happen at the federal level, and I don't think that's true. I think it's going to happen through all levels of government, because whether you're on the left or you're on the right, we can see the government doesn't work for you, and people are looking for folks who will work for them.
Well, a lot of Republicans are worried about a blue wave this year. Are you?
I'm not, especially in Tennessee, but I think as Republicans, we have to stick by what we believe in, and that is fiscal conservatism and individual freedom. And I think what happens is when Republicans get into positions of power, they forget about that. And in many cases, they become part of the problem. I'm not worried about a blue wave. I just think Republicans have to act like Republicans and govern like Republicans.
That's well put. Glenn Jacobs, I wouldn't say otherwise unless you were on remote, which you're not. You're here. Kane, he could be the next mayor in Knox County, Tennessee. We'll watch. Again, our overtures are out, certainly to Linda Haney. If and when you want to come on, you have a welcome seat here, the seat he's in.